To be honest with you, I don't know how much I'm going to get done today. This might be a pretty short video, but thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the box. If you're new here, this is our 2013 Mitsubishi Fuso FG that I'm slowly turning into an Overland camper. And most recently, I've been trying to get the fuel system on the engine back up and running, but not feeling the best today. I'm going to take a break from that and try and get a bit of work done inside the camper. As the interior work has been progressing, I've been building the structure to support the floor to go above 2 drawers. But as you can see, I don't have a floor. So let's see if we can get something going with that today. To start, I'm cutting a piece of 1/2-inch plywood to make the base of the floor. And there we go. That was easy. Obviously, there's a little bit more work to do than just putting a piece of plywood down. The plan is to use the same flooring as I've used on the rest of the floor. But I'm gonna have to be really careful with the measurements and where I start because I have pretty close to exactly the right amount of flooring left over. And when I say pretty close to exactly, I'm including things like this offcut. So my plan is to start in this corner with the largest offcut that I have. And I just need to trim it to fit around this piece of T-slot. So a quick little line here. If my pen's working, yep. And I know that this is 1 inch, so I just need to bring that cut in 1 inch. Then I'll have to rip off this edge, which would normally tie to the next board, to line up with the edge of the plywood here. So it's down into the basement to fire up the old bandsaw. And one of the easy ways to measure the next board to the correct length is to just put it in place, mark it, and then cut it. But this board would hit the wall. But this floor is not attached, so I can just move the floor. If I just set the whole floor down here, I can easily get under the other end and mark it. Then I can really accurately measure it, flip it over and mark it on a piece of tape, chop it in half on the chop saw, and head back down into the basement again to rip the lip off on the bandsaw. Pop it in place, put its offcut next to it, and then carry on repeating over and over and over again. When it comes down to this last piece, I'm going to set it in place just back from the front edge. And then I can mark exactly where I need to cut it here, come back and rip it down there. Now to squeeze that last little piece in place, I'm gonna pop the last board set off and slip this in to make this kind of one board again. Now, let's see if we can pop this whole thing in. I'm kind of assembling this whole floor backwards, but there we go. And that is one more very small piece of this very big puzzle done. The other end is going to be a little bit more difficult because it is split in two. One piece going from here to about midway, and then the back half is going to be a lift-off floor hatch. But essentially it'll be put together the same way. I'll cut a sheet of plywood and then mount the boards on top. But that is not something I have the energy for today. But before we end this video, I want to show you one more little thing. This is a box. And inside it, we have some stuff. Crazy what you can do with a box these days, isn't it? But more importantly, let's look at the stuff that's inside the box. This stuff goes in the cracks. What do I mean by that? Well, maybe I should say it goes in the slots, as in the T-slots. You see, the way that our furniture is being constructed with this T-slot extrusion, some of these slots will remain exposed when it's finished. So these little trim pieces fill the exposed slots. But the question is, what is the right color? Because we can put black in, and it'll match with the black plastic trims. We can put white in, and it will match the white areas, which this will also be white. Or we can put a silvery gray in, and that will get closer, possibly, to matching the aluminum trim. So what do you think? It's a little hard right now because there's a lot left to build, but we have white, we have black, and we have silvery gray. What do you think the trim should be? Let me know in the comments below. And I think that's all the energy I have for today. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and watch some YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.